You're a busy professional who's put on weight and now the clothes just don't fit the way they used to, and you're just tired of trying this advice and that advice and this advice and nothing's working. I'm going to show you a key part of my Simply Lean blueprint that I've used to maintain this lean and athletic physique for the past 12 years. And this part, I touch on it a lot, and you see me doing it a lot. Okay, I'm going to talk about the cardio part. I'm going to talk about if you want to lose weight, if you want to tone up and start building confidence in your appearance. I'm going to let you know, I'm going to inform you what kind of cardio you need to fit into your routine, how to go about fitting it into your routine. You probably heard a lot of people saying, oh, you got to get your 10,000 steps in, get your 10,000 steps in. You've probably been trying to get your 10,000 steps in. For some people, 10,000 steps, easy, light work. For other people, it might be the hardest, most impossible thing in the world. So let me actually break down for you what people mean by this, why people are saying to get your 10,000 steps. And I'm not even here to tell you have to get 10,000 steps in to lose weight. When people talk about doing 10,000 steps, they're just talking about doing cardio, just telling you to do cardio. That's what it is. When you're doing those steps, you're doing cardio. The type of cardio that you're doing when you're doing your 10,000 steps, this is what we call zone 2. Typically what we call zone 2 cardio, depending on how you're doing it, what pace you're doing it, whether you're doing it on a treadmill or incline treadmill. Obviously it can be a lot harder, but when we talk about zone 2 cardio, what we mean by that is, so zone 1 is when you're sitting down, you're chilling, you're probably sitting down watching this video somewhere, your heart rate is relaxing, it's not really working hard. At the upper end, zone 5, maybe you're sprinting, maybe you're playing sport, you're racing someone. That's what we're talking about when we're saying like zone 5. That's the upper end. And obviously it's just a steady progression, zone 1, zone 2, up to zone 5. Zone 2, just above zone 1, you're lifting your heart rate a little bit above where it typically would be when you're resting, when you're sitting down. Okay, this is doing things like going for a walk. Not the most brisk walk, you're not doing a massive incline walk on a treadmill, but you're just going for a walk. You're up, you're out and about, you're moving. It doesn't have to just be walking. This could be a bike ride, it could be a slow jog for some people, depending on where your fitness is at. And the reason that this is so important, the reason that this is important to have in and as part of the journey is because when you're trying to lose weight, when you're on this weight loss journey, when you're trying to tone up and address your health and build that confidence in your appearance, and especially watching this, if you're watching this and you're trying to achieve these things, you're probably a busy professional, you're working, you got your job, you got your career, your business. That's your priority. That's the priority. I don't really expect that to change. We talk about how there's that balance between your health, your fitness and your career, and the balance will always be there, it's not always going to be there, but it really should always be there. But we recognize, okay, priority tends to be more on the career, work, business. So it's not a matter of, or it's going to be hard to get into the gym, to try and get into the gym for an hour every single day, do a smashing workout, do a serious HIIT workout, a high intensity workout, or do your Hyrox classes every single day to really get into that shape that you want to build that lean, athletic, that toned physique. If you're working, if you're watching this, most people watching this, it's just going to be hard to do it that way. It's going to be hard to do it that way. So you really have to think about, how can you make it work for you? You're a busy professional, you have priorities elsewhere. How can you make it work for you? So one of the things that we have to do is squeeze in cardio when you can. This doesn't mean that at 10 a.m. you're going to put your running shoes on and go for a jog, but it can mean at 10 a.m. that, okay, you sorted out a few things for the morning, got a little bit of a gap between meetings, you go for a walk, you get some cardio in, and actually recognize that it counts towards the cardio that you're doing. It is cardio. Doing this, you go for a few walks throughout your day, you spread a few walks throughout your day, you're going to get in a lot more cardio than you would do if you're just there, you're just waiting, you're trying to find a perfect time to squeeze in a 1 hour Hyrox class. Even if you do feel like you have the time to get down to the gym every single day and do a HIIT class, do a Hyrox class, do a weight training class, at the same time you have to realize that the body is not a machine. When it comes to the fitness thing, if you want to do this 10 plus years, if you want to build your own 12 years of consistency, you have to make it sustainable for yourself. Doing HIIT classes every single day, doing the Hyrox classes every single day, even athletes, you have to balance the workload. In life, I think everything has a funny way of balancing itself out. Even athletes, they're not going at 100% every single day. Even the highest level football players, your basketball players, your Olympic athletes, they're not going at 100% every day. You can't go at 100% every day. The workload has to be balanced, and how you balance that workload is by having the easier parts that you can stick to, so you can build that consistency, you can build that rhythm. On top of that, there's actually like a solid amount of science behind why you need it. It's not even just about trying to be soft on yourself and take it easy and be all relaxed. Like, your body actually needs these rest days, these these lower impact days. It needs it. On a day like you've done the heavy lifting, you've done the hard work the day before, the next day you get your steps in, go for a walk, make sure the blood is flowing. It's going to help you recover better. On the harder days, when you do want to go hard, when you do want to push yourself, it's going to make it easier. Okay, so it actually serves a very important purpose in your workout journey, that you, in your fitness life, that you need it there. So don't neglect this. Don't think that you're beyond this, because no one's beyond it. It's even a professional athletes, they're not beyond this. And I think a big part of doing this, doing the zone 2 cardio, going for the walks, getting your steps in, is the fact that it helps you build momentum and rhythm. Because when you need to get yourself up, when you try and do it the hard way, you just try and do the big exercise classes, you try and run a marathon, you're trying to do all these big challenging things, you really need the willpower to do these things. And like I already said, like, your focus is going to be on career, is going to be on business. So finding that willpower, finding that drive is going to be hard enough. And if you're constantly just trying to wait, find time to squeeze in all of these big things, it's going to be so much harder to maintain rhythm, to maintain consistency. And a big part of this whole workout thing and getting in shape and building that tone look, building that confidence to wear the clothes you want to, it doesn't come from just consistently doing hard workouts and pushing yourself and challenging yourself and sweating and you're out of breath. It doesn't come from doing that. It comes from being able to stick to things and being consistent and doing it, showing up week after week, month after month, year after year, doing the boring stuff. That's where you really find the result. So when you incorporate your easy zone 2 cardio, whether it's going for a bike ride, going for all of these walks, going on slow jogs, like slow jogs where you're not working yourself, you're not pushing yourself, you're not exerting yourself that hard, you're working in that zone 2 area, you can build that momentum. You don't need all the willpower, you don't need all the time in the world to make sure you're staying consistent and you're ticking over. In summary, get up, go outside, go for a walk, get in that easy zone 2 cardio, and then DM me active. I'll send you my Simply Lean blueprint, includes a free workout plan and nutrition guide. That way, once you've done your zone 2 cardio, you want to get into the gym, you know exactly what you need to do. You're recovering now, you know exactly what you need to be eating. DM me active and I'll send that over. If you want more tailored guidance and help with your fitness life, DM me coach, and we can have a conversation and figure out if you'd be a good fit for my one-to-one coaching program. Go outside, get your steps in, speak soon. And obviously, don't forget, go eat some vegetables, go eat some broccoli today. Go eat some broccoli, enjoy that. Take care.